Hello everybody, Xanafar here, and today I'm doing a review of episode 15 of Ultraman Trigger. If you like this video, don't forget to drop a like for this video, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. So let's get into it. So the basic plot of this episode is Gutsalet is trying to steal the Avada Plow so they can upgrade their ship, and Reboot is training Trigger so he can get more powerful, and Trigger is able to now use Griddle Trigger, and he transforms and fight the Avada with Reboot and kills the Avada. And that's basically what happened in this episode. Kango is quite annoying in this episode a little bit to me. Well, one thing I did like about his character is the fact he's learning the fact he is human and light, and that's pretty cool because, you know, he was raised by his mom and he can't forget about that, and that is pretty cool. And he still set his goal to make everybody smile, but the most annoying thing is he's saying his catchphrase, smile, smile, and I'm just, Yuna also learns things about herself. She now knows to not run away from her past and embrace her past, and she's ready to do that, and that is pretty cool. So now she's going to full on embrace Gazelle, and that is pretty nice. Akito don't have too much screen time, but he does. He just don't talk a lot. He's more busy working on the Guts ship and trying to upgrade it and trying to make the plan work out. And that is really it. But we do get this flashback scene with Marlulu, where he's talking to him and basically like, oh, I remember when I gave you this ship and you made this other ship, basically on that ship. And that is pretty cool to see. Reboot is in this episode, and he's a mentor figure to Kango and Yuna, and that is pretty nice to see. And also it's very nice to see him kicking the shit out of Kango. That's very nice. Thank you, Reboot. But Reboot, don't encourage him about smile, smile. Please don't do that, Reboot. Ignis is in this episode as well. Mostly he's just watching Reboot train Kango and Yuna, and that's just fun to see. And also, he also transforms into Dark Trigger and basically makes his transformation device all black, and is really, really badass to see, and just really awesome. What I said before, Ignis is probably my favorite character of the show. Gutsalet were fine in this episode. They basically fought the Avado and made the plan work out, and they did, and they made their ship into Nars, and that's pretty nice to see. Pretty cool. I really like how the ship looks now. It looks very badass. And also the captain was just a badass in this episode. So Camilla is in this episode and her goons. The goons didn't do too much, but Camilla, we did see her human form, and that's a nice reference to Tiga the movie. And also Camilla and her goons helped out Gutsalet to basically hold the Avado while his powers are getting sucked, and that is pretty awesome to see. The Avado in this episode is basically just a big baby. He gets his ass kicked all the way in the episode, and he throws a tempting challenge on him, then he gets killed. But he's not fully dead because his heart is still with absolute tartarus, and he gets revived basically. So okay. Kinda sucks because he was one of the best things in the last episode, and this one he's just kind of a big old babe. And that's mostly with the characters of this episode. They were okay, kind of up and down for this episode. The effects were just okay. Mostly a set was just a forest shot, then that's really it. We did get a nice sunset though, so that was nice to see. The CGI was honestly okay, not the best though, and that's really it. Criticisms, I have quite a few. I kind of already said in this video so far with the characters. And that is, well, one big criticism I have is Kango saying his catchphrase, smile, smile! Just, shut up, please, Kango. And now Yuna is saying it, and it's just like, oh no, I'm just, I hate his catchphrase so much. And also, another criticism I do have is the dance scene. Like, oh my god, no, please. Also, I already kind of said, the Avado getting his ass kicked and being basically a wimp in this episode kind of bothered me a lot. But that's pretty much it with my criticism. What did I like about this episode? Well, I really liked the captain. He was a badass and really awesome to see. So yeah, the captain was awesome. And I also really liked it seeing the ship transform. That's pretty awesome to see. And I really loved Ignis at the very end transforming into Dark Trigger. I can't wait to see where his story is gonna go with this. It sounds so interesting. And what I said before, Ignis is my favorite character. I really like this scene where Reboot and Trigger are basically saying goodbye to each other in the sunset, because it reminded me a lot of this scene in Ultraman Trigger where Ultraman Trigger and Ultraman are saying goodbye to each other and shaking each other's hands at night, and it just looks very, very cool. So what do I think of this episode? This episode is okay. I do have a lot of criticism for it. But this episode is not bad. I've seen worse Ultraman episodes, so this episode is just okay. So what's my rating for this episode? Well, I think I would give it a 7 out of 10, because this episode has some bad parts, but also some good parts as well. So I think a 7 out of 10, just because this episode is just really okay. So that's it for this video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Xanathar is out.